How we explain that when someone is cruel or acts like a bully, you don't stoop to their level. No, our motto is, when they go low, we go high.
In Robert Bork's America, there is no room at the inn for blacks and no place in the Constitution for women. And in our America, there should be no seat on the Supreme Court for Robert Bork. Mr. Bork has been equally extreme in his opposition to the right to privacy. In an article in 1971, he said, in effect, that a husband and wife have no greater right to privacy under the Constitution than a smokestack has to pollute the air.
Committee will please come to order. Judge, it's a tough day and tough night for you, I know. Let me ask, do you have anything you'd like to say before we begin? I understand that your preference is, which is totally and completely understandable, that we go 1 hour tonight, 30 minutes on each side. Am I correct in that?
That's right.
Do you have anything you'd like to say?
Senator, I would like to start by saying unequivocally, uncategorically, that I deny each and every single allegation against me today that suggested in any way that I had conversations of a sexual nature or about pornographic material with Anita Hill, that I ever attempted to date her, that I ever had any personal sexual interest in her, or that I in any way ever harassed her. A second, and I think more important point, I think that this today is a travesty. I think that it is disgusting. I think that this hearing should never occur in America. This is a case in which this sleaze, this dirt, was searched for by staffers of members of this committee, was then leaked to the media, and this committee and this body validated it and displayed it at prime time over our entire nation. How would any member on this committee, any person in this room, or any person in this country would like sleaze said about him or her in this fashion, or this dirt dredged up, and this gossip and these lies displayed in this manner? How would any person like it? The Supreme Court is not worth it. No job is worth it. I'm not here for that. I'm here for my name, my family, my life, and my integrity. I think something is dreadfully wrong with this country when any person in this free country would be subjected to this. This is not a closed room. There was an FBI investigation. This is not an opportunity to talk about difficult matters privately or in a closed environment. This is a circus. It's a national disgrace. And from my standpoint, as a black American, as far as I'm concerned, it is a high-tech lynching for uppity blacks who in any way deign to think for themselves, to do for themselves, to have different ideas. And it is a message that unless you kowtow to an old order, this is what will happen to you. You will be lynched, destroyed, caricatured by a committee of the U.S. Senate rather than hung from a tree.
They're going to put you all back in chains.
Orthodox Catholics. What's an Orthodox Catholic? Do you consider yourself an Orthodox Catholic?
Dogma and law are two different things. When you read your speeches, the conclusion one draws is that the dogma lives loudly within you. And that's of concern.
You see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
We are just 3 minutes past the top of the hour, and we are in full breaking news mode now here on MSNBC. We're following a shooting in the Washington, D.C. suburb of Alexandria, Virginia, where there was a baseball practice underway for members of Congress getting ready for a big game, bipartisanship being the point of the game tomorrow. A shooting at this park where this baseball practice was taking place, and we are hearing reports of 14 to 50 shots fired, possibly near the second base area of this park where Congressman GOP leader Steve Scalise was, and apparently Congressman Steve Scalise was shot along with an aide. We're also hearing reports that many were trying to come to his rescue, even using a tourniquet, trying to help him. We have reports from witnesses of ambulance taking people to the hospital. And that at this point there is word that a suspect is in custody.
911, what is your emergency?
I was assaulted by my neighbor, and it's not a life and death thing, but I'd like to have a police car come by.
Where are you?
Yes.
Okay, let me put you through the state police. Stay on the line, okay?
All right, you're going to send somebody?
I got to put you through the state police. Stay on the line, okay?
All right.
911, where's your emergency?
I was assaulted by a neighbor, and I'd like the police to come and investigate and talk to the neighbor.
Okay. Where did the assault happen at?
In my yard while I was mowing the grass.
What's that address, sir?
Yes.
What's your name, sir?
Randall Paul, P-U-L.
I did not threaten his constituents, his supporters. I do that all the time, but I didn't do it that time.
Judge Brett Kavanaugh, not just on what he may or may not have done, but how he treats a woman's pain. And that is something I'm going to be paying attention to on Monday. How does he respond to what is happening, whether or not he agrees that this happened with her? Does he take her pain seriously? Do the people interrogating her take her pain seriously?
I expect the men in this country and the men in this committee, and many of them, believe me, because we all signed on to this letter to demand an FBI investigation, but really, guess who's perpetuating all of these kinds of actions? It's the men in this country, and I just want to say to the men in this country, just shut up and step up. Do the right thing for a change. Okay, you can see I'm a little upset by this, the unfairness of it, but you have a second question?
We believe survivors. Senator, I have a right to know what your position is on Brett Kavanaugh. We believe
God bless you, ma'am.
Bless you as well. I really appreciate you. I'm a survivor of sexual assault, ma'am. I believe all survivors. There are now 3 people who have come forward and who have said that Brett Kavanaugh has attacked them. I know that you're close friends with him. Did you talk to him about that? Did you talk to him about his position?
We believe survivors. 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 We believe survivors.
Bagel is way hotter than you do.
We believe survivors. We believe survivors. We believe survivors.
God bless you.
Excuse me. Let my wife through.
We believe survivors. For God,
we believe survivors. We believe survivors.
I've never sexually assaulted anyone, not in high school, not ever. I've always treated women with dignity and respect.
Great question.
So do you agree then that he has the, quote, presumption of innocence?
I agree that that's a criminal trial. What I believe is we ought to get to the bottom and find the facts. in the way that the FBI has always done. There's no presumption of innocence or guilt.
Threats to be trying to make him into something, number one, let's be nice about it, that he's not. He's a high-quality person. He's a great intellect. I mean, charges come up from 36 years ago that are totally unsubstantiated.
How we explain that when someone is cruel or acts like a bully, you don't stoop to their level. No, our motto is, when they go low, we go high.